Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina gets her first dose of coronavirus vaccine. Expansion of research and science is essential for country's development. People's welfare should be kept in mind while undertaking research work, says Prime Minister. H.T. Imam, Political Affairs Advisor to Prime Minister, laid to rest with respect and love of people of all walks of life. Dhaka and Delhi agree to take Indo-Bangla relations to new heights, express foreign ministers of two countries. BNP now showing artificial sympathy for people, comments Obaidul Qadir. Information Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood questions rationale of demand to abrogate any law, even the persons arrested under law embraces natural death. And 98 deaths by police firing in Myanmar termed as Bloody Day by United Nations members of Security Council to meet tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum. This is Shamin Ziauddin welcoming you to News at 10 on BTV, BTV World and BTV Chattogram Centre. You've just heard the highlights and now on to the details. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina received the first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine this afternoon. Press Secretary to the Prime Minister Ihsan Ul Karim confirmed the media of the matter. Prime Minister's younger sister Sheikh Rehana was present at the time. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina inaugurated the COVID-19 vaccination rollout in the country virtually in the capital's Kurmitola General Hospital on January 27th. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has urged the scientists and researchers to work more for the welfare of mankind with more concentration, saying evolution of research and science is inevitable for the country's development. The Premier said this while distributing Bangabandhu Fellowship, National Science and Technology Fellowship and Special Research Grant at a ceremony held at Osmani Memorial Auditorium, joining virtually from Gano Bhavan. She said no nation can move forward without science education and research, so researchers have to continue research and the next generation will do the same following their footsteps. Sheikh Hasina said the government has diversified the education with the establishment of different types of universities where students will educate themselves with their ability and competency. She went on saying the government has also set up high-tech cities, high-tech parks and software technology parks to attain economic development through skilled manpower. The Prime Minister also urged researchers to conduct studies to diversify Bangladesh's export basket alongside modernizing and mechanizing the agriculture sector.
গবেষণা ছাড়া বা বিজ্ঞান প্রযুক্তির শিক্ষা ছাড়া কিভাবে একটা জাতি সামনের দিকে এগিয়ে যেতে পারে? কারণ বিজ্ঞানের যুগে প্রতিনিয়ত নতুন নতুন উদ্ভাবন হচ্ছে, তার সঙ্গে সামঞ্জস্য রেখে আমাদের চলতে হবে। গবেষণার মধ্য দিয়ে আমরা ব্যয় কমাতে পারি, উৎপাদনের উৎকর্ষতা বাড়াতে পারি, পরিমাণ বৃদ্ধি করতে পারি। আমাদের রপ্তানি খাতে আমরা শুধু একটা বা দুটোর উপরে নির্ভরশীল না, আমরা বহুমুখী পণ্য উৎপাদন করে রপ্তানি করতে পারি। কাজে আমরা আশা করি সবাই নতুন নতুন পণ্য সৃষ্টি এবং আমাদের রপ্তানি যেন অব্যাহত থাকে সেদিকে বিশেষ আপনারা দৃষ্টি দেবেন। শিক্ষাকে বহুমুখী করা এবং দক্ষ মানব সম্পদ গড়ে তোলার দিকে বিশেষ দৃষ্টি দিয়েছি। কাজে আমি সবসময় চাই যে মানব কল্যাণের কাজ করতে হবে। আমরা যে ফেলোশিপ দিচ্ছি বা অথবা অর্ধ করেছি এটা কিন্তু জনগণেরই অর্থ, জনগণের কল্যাণেই যেন সেটা কাজে লাগে সেই দিকটা বিশেষ করে দৃষ্টি দিয়ে আপনাদের গবেষণার কাজ আপনারা চালিয়ে যাবেন, সেটা আমরা চাই।
Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has underscored the need for solving any dispute among the neighboring countries through dialogue. The Prime Minister underscored this when visiting Indian External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar called on at Ganabhavan this afternoon. Press Secretary to the Prime Minister Ihsanul Karim said Jaishankar informed the Prime Minister about his fruitful meeting with Foreign Minister Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen on upcoming visit of Narendra Modi to Bangladesh to join the celebration of the Golden Jubilee of the country's independence. At the meeting, the Indian minister praised the Prime Minister for graduation of Bangladesh from the LDC to a developing nation under her dynamic leadership. During the time, Jaishankar termed Bangladesh's development as miracle and said it is a great achievement for Bangladesh. He said it is a great honor for India to join the celebration of the birth centenary of the father of the nation and Golden Jubilee of Bangladesh's independence. During the meeting, the Prime Minister gifted 7 volumes of the secret documents of the Pakistani intelligence branch to the Indian minister. On the other hand, Jaishankar gifted 2 books, including a book titled Liberation War of Bangladesh, written by his father K. Subramaniam, who was an Indian civil servant. International Relations Affairs Advisor to the Prime Minister Dr. Gauhar Rizvi, Principal Secretary Dr. Ahmed Kaikouas, and Indian High Commissioner to Bangladesh Vikram K. Doraiswamy were present. India has picked up connectivity with Bangladesh as a big goal for the years to come that might change the entire logistic and whole geoeconomics of the region, giving the Bay of Bengal a very different look. Indian External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar told reporters this in Dhaka today. In a joint briefing with Foreign Minister Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen at State Guest House, Podda, Dr. Jaishankar said they spent lots of their conversation on this very specific subject and they think this is possible. Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen said the 2 countries are working so hard to expand relations in all dimensions, ranging from security, trade, transport, connectivity, culture, people-to-people ties, energy, and joint development of shared resources and defense.
We also reviewed a lot of the progress in the relationship, and I can tell you, to me, when I look at India-Bangladesh ties, I see enormous possibilities. I see economic possibilities, I see huge connectivity possibilities, I see a lot of people-to-people possibilities. So you can say in a way, I am both, the idea is to both be with friends, underline the importance and do preparations. We see Bangladesh as a key neighbor and a valued partner not only in South Asia but also in the broader Indo-Pacific region. Every outcome and achievement in our relationship resonates through this region. It is no secret that we cite it to others as an example for emulation.
We discuss a wide range of ongoing bilateral issues as well as bilateral interests that we can take forward in the days ahead. Preparations for the visit of Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi to Bangladesh at the end of this month. We are very pleased that Prime Minister Modi will join us for the Mujib Barsha celebrations as well as the Golden Jubilee of Bangladesh independence and 50 years of Bangladesh-India diplomatic relations.
Meanwhile, Indian Foreign Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar inaugurated the Indian Cultural Centre at India House in capital's Gulshan this evening. He went around different sections of the Cultural Centre after opening it. Indian High Commissioner to Bangladesh Vikram Doraiswamy was present. Later, in a short statement, Dr. Jaishankar said the cultural ties between India and Bangladesh are historic and mature. He assumed that the cultural centre will play an important role in bolstering such relations in future. Prime Minister's political advisor H.T. Imam has been laid to eternal rest with full state honour at Bonami Graveyard in Dhaka this evening. Earlier this morning, his dead body was taken from the combined military hospital to his own birthplace Ullapara under Sirajganj district. After holding the first namaz-e-janaza there, the dead body of H.T. Imam was brought to Dhaka and kept at the central Shahid Minar to facilitate people from all walks of life, including leaders and workers of different socio-political organizations, paying their last homage to their late leader. On behalf of President Muhammad Abdul Hamid, his military secretary Major General S.M. Salahuddin Islam, and on behalf of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, her military secretary Major General Naqib Ahmed Chaudhry placed wreaths separately at the coffin of late H.T. Imam. On behalf of Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry, Sergeant at Arms Commodore M. Naeem Rahman paid tributes to the coffin of the late leader. Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir also paid glowing tributes to the coffin of H.T. Imam on behalf of the Awami League. Besides, leaders and workers of Bangladesh Awami Jubo League, Bangladesh Awami Shebok League, Bangladesh Krishak League and Bangladesh Chhatra League paid their last respect to late leader H.T. Imam. After showing their last tributes, the leader opined that the death of H.T. Imam is an irreparable loss for the country. After the Asr prayers this afternoon, the second namaz-e-janaza was held at the Gulshan Azad Mosque in the capital. Meanwhile, President Muhammad Abdul Hamid, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and members of the cabinet expressed deep shock at the death of late freedom fighter H.T. Imam and conveyed their sympathies to the members of the bereaved family. It may be mentioned that Prime Minister's political advisor H.T. Imam died last night while undergoing treatment at the combined military hospital in the capital at the age of 82. He has been suffering from old age complications including kidney disease. Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir has said BNP is showing covert love for the people of the country. He made the allegation while briefing journalists through video conference from his official residence in the capital today. Obaidul Qadir said BNP is now shedding crocodile tears instead of standing by the helpless and unemployed people during corona situation.
বিএনপি নেতারা জনগণের জন্য মায়া কান্না কাঁদছেন, মানুষ নাকি বেঁচে থাকার জন্য হিমশিম খাচ্ছে। করোনা কালে অসহায় কর্মহীন মানুষের পাশে কি তারা দাঁড়িয়েছিলেন? ঘরে বসে শুধু লিপ সার্ভিস দিয়েছেন, প্রেস ব্রিফিং করেছেন। আজকে যেখানে শেখ হাসিনা সরকারের উদ্যোগ বিশ্বব্যাপী প্রশংসিত, সেখানে বিএনপি সরকারের অন্ধ সমালোচনা করে যাচ্ছে। বিএনপি মানুষের সম্পদ লুট করে আর মানুষকে জীবন্ত পুড়িয়ে মারে আর কৃত্রিম দরদ দেখায়। দেশের মানুষের প্রতি অকৃত্রিম ভালোবাসা আছে, মানুষের সুখে দুঃখে পাশে আছেন বলেই বঙ্গবন্ধু কন্যা শেখ হাসিনা আজকে মানুষের আস্থার বাতিঘরে পরিণত হয়েছেন মাদার অফ হিউম্যানিটি।
Earlier in the day, the Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul Qadir joined a review meeting through virtual platform of work progress of various projects under implementation by Roads and Highways Department. Obaidul Qadir directed concerned people to complete under construction roads across the country in the stipulated time and fast, which are now going on slowly. He also directed the concerned to complete ongoing renovation works before upcoming rainy season.
যে অভিযোগগুলো আসে প্রতিবারই গোটা উত্তর জনপদ কলাপস হয়ে যায়, অথচ এটার কোনো একটা হদিস আমি খুঁজে পেলাম না। কেন এখানে অগ্রগতি নেই? 2012-তে যে প্রকল্প শুরু, 21 সালে এসে 35% অগ্রগতি। এটা মন্ত্রণালয়ের জন্য মন্ত্রণালয়ের কাজের অগ্রগতির পরিচয় বহন করে না। জনগণের ভোগান্তি দুর্ভোগ বেড়েই চলছে, বর্ষাকালে দুপাশে পানি জমে এক বিতিকিচ্ছিরি অবস্থার জন্ম নেয় এবং এটা সত্যি দুর্ভাগ্যজনক। মন্ত্রণালয়ের সাথে সমন্বয় করে কাজের মান বাড়ান, কাজের গতি বাড়ান, এটা আমার আজকে বিশেষ দিক নির্দেশনা।
Information Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood has said if a specific law is to be repealed for a natural death in custody under the law, then all laws of the country will have to be repealed on this ground. He said this in response to a question of the journalists at Bangladesh Secretariat today. In response to another question, Dr. Hassan Mahmood said Major Zia's role was mysterious during the country's liberation war, which is already proved by various facts and evidences.
বাংলাদেশে আরো বহু সুশীল সমাজের প্রতিনিধি আছে, হাজার হাজার লক্ষ লক্ষ আরো বহু নাগরিক আছে। কয়েকজন দাঁড়িয়ে প্রেস ক্লাবের সামনে যারা সবসময় সরকারের বিরুদ্ধে বক্তব্য রাখেন, তারা দাঁড়িয়ে বললেই সেটি করতে হবে তা কিন্তু নয়। এবং ডিজিটাল সিকিউরিটি অ্যাক্ট নিয়ে বলছেন, ডিজিটাল সিকিউরিটি অ্যাক্ট সমস্ত মানুষের ডিজিটাল নিরাপত্তা দেওয়ার জন্য। যখন এই ডিজিটাল বিষয়টা ছিল না তখন আইনের প্রয়োজন ছিল না, যখন ডিজিটাল বিষয়টা এসছে তখন ডিজিটাল নিরাপত্তার বিষয়টাও এসছে। এই ধরনের আইন ভারতে আছে, পাকিস্তানে আছে এবং ইউরোপের বিভিন্ন দেশে আছে, অস্ট্রেলিয়ায় আছে, সিঙ্গাপুরে আছে, মধ্যপ্রাচ্যের বিভিন্ন দেশে আছে। সুতরাং এই আইন আজকে বিভিন্ন দেশ এই আইন প্রণয়ন করেছে এবং এই আইনের বলে সেখানেও শাস্তি হচ্ছে, গ্রেপ্তার হচ্ছে। তবে এই আইনের যাতে অপপ্রয়োগ না হয় সেজন্য আমরা সতর্ক আছি এবং সতর্ক থাকব। আর আরেকটি প্রশ্ন হচ্ছে, কোনো আইনের বলে যদি কেউ গ্রেপ্তার হয় এবং তিনি যদি কারাগারে কোনো কারণে মৃত্যুবরণ করে, তার স্বাভাবিক মৃত্যু হয় বা কোনো কারণে মৃত্যু হয়, তাহলে যদি সেই আইন বাতিল করতে হয় তাহলে তো বাংলাদেশের সব আইনেই বাতিল করার কথা আসে। কারণ অন্যান্য আইনেই মানুষ গ্রেপ্তার হয় এবং কারাগারে নানা কারণে মৃত্যু হয়, তাহলে সেই সমস্ত আইনও বাতিল করে দিতে হবে।
Earlier, Information Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood joined an international virtual workshop on civil engineering organized by Chittagong University of Engineering and Technology as chief guest. Chittagong University of Engineering and Technology Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. Muhammad Rafiqul Alam spoke among others in the workshop. Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan has said death of Mushtaq Ahmed at Ghazipur Kashimpur jail was a natural death. He informed this while briefing the journalists at Secretariat today. Home Minister said 3 committees were formed at the death of Mushtaq Ahmed. Committee of Home Ministry, Ghazipur District Administration and Jail Authority did not find anything unusual at his death.
সবগুলি কমিটির অভিমত এইরকম, তারা ভিডিও ফুটেজ এবং কারাগারে যারা তার সঙ্গে অন্তরীণ ছিলেন, তার রুমে যে কয়জন ছিলেন এবং কর্তব্যরত চিকিৎসক কারাগারে যারা ছিলেন এবং হাসপাতালে যখন নিয়ে গেছেন, তাদের সবার অভিমত নিয়ে তারা যেই রিপোর্টটি প্রদান করেছেন সেই রিপোর্টে তো বলছেন এইটা ন্যাচারাল ডেথ হয়েছে। ন্যাচারাল ডেথ মানে এটা অস্বাভাবিক মৃত্যু নয়।
Now international news. At least 38 people were killed in Myanmar on Wednesday in what the UN described as the bloodiest day since the coup took place a month ago. Witnesses said security forces opened fire with rubber and live bullets. Mass protests and acts of civil disobedience have been seen across Myanmar since the military seized power on 1st of February. Protesters have been calling for an end to military rule and the release of the country's elected government leaders, including Aung San Suu Kyi, who were overthrown and detained in the coup. The coup and the violent suppression of protests that followed have led to international condemnation, which Myanmar's military has so far ignored. Reacting to Wednesday's deaths, the UK called for a United Nations Security Council meeting on Friday, while the US said it was considering further action against Myanmar's military. COVID-19 global death toll crosses 25,73,000 as more than 10,912 people died yesterday globally. More than 11 crore 58 lakh 95,000 have been infected globally and more than 9 crore 15 lakh 65,000 people have recovered so far. The US, the current epicenter of the pandemic, has now 2 crore 94 lakh 57,000 confirmed cases and 5 lakh 31,657 deaths. 7 COVID-19 patients died in the country in the last 24 hours, taking the death toll from the pandemic to 8,435. The recovery count rose to 5,468 after another 841 recovered during the period. A press release of the Directorate General of Health Services confirmed it today. The tally of the infections rose to 5,48,549 with 619 new cases. 1,759 Rohingya people have gone to Bhashan Char in the 5th phase. 5 naval ships have sailed for Bhashan Char from Potenga Boat Club in Chattogram this morning. Rohingya people informed that they are going to Bhashan Char at their own will after receiving the news of good standard of living there. Earlier on Wednesday evening, the Rohingya people were brought from different camps of Ukhia and Teknaf in Cox's Bazar district by buses to temporary camp of Potenga of Chattogram district. Besides, more than 2,000 Rohingyas left for Bhashan Char on the 5th phase yesterday. With this, a total of 14,000 Rohingya people have gone to Bhashan Char. Now news and sports. Sheikh Rasil Krida Chakra crushed Bangladesh's Police Football Club by 5-0 in the Bangladesh Premier League BPL football today. At the Bangabandhu National Stadium, midfielder Mohamed Abdullah scored a brace while Nigerian midfielder Obi Monake, Brazilian forward Lopez Rodriguez and Tajikistani defender Sivash Asrov netted once each for Sheikh Rasil. In the second match of the day, Abahane Limited beat Uttar Baridhara Club by 2-1 at the same venue. To end the bulletin, headlines once again. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina gets her first dose of coronavirus vaccine. Expansion of research and science essential for country's development. People's welfare should be kept in mind while undertaking research work, says Prime Minister. H.T. Imam, Political Affairs Advisor to Prime Minister, laid to rest with respect and love of people of all walks of life. Dhaka and Delhi agree to take Indo-Bangla relations to new heights, express foreign ministers of two countries. BNP now showing artificial sympathy for people, comments Obaidul Qadir. Information Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood questions rationale on demand to abrogate any law, even the person arrested under law embraces natural death. And 98 deaths by police firing in Myanmar termed as Bloody Day by United Nations. Members of Security Council to meet tomorrow. And that's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us and we invite you to watch our 11:30 Bangla News. Until then, Khodafez.